Alright, so before I begin my review of Aquaman, just a mini rant. I hope you guys don't mind, but look, if you're a parent and you bring your kid to the cinema, please learn to shut him or her up, right? Because my god, throughout the movie there was this annoying kid like a few seats to the right of me that was constantly talking, and it was so damn annoying, right? God, I really feel the need to curse right now, but no, I haven't cursed on this channel in a while, and I'm gonna keep it that way. So, but anyways, please learn to shut your kid up, right? I mean, for God's sake. You know what? I'm not gonna do this today. Let's just get on with the review. Yeah, so sorry about that, just had to get it off my chest. Aquaman was directed by James Wan, who's more infamous for his work in the horror genre. And when it comes to filmmaking, James Wan is definitely someone I look up to because he's made some of my favorite horror films, and I've been following this guy for years, right? I mean, I've been a huge fan, and in real life, he's such a genuine and down-to-earth person. And when they announced that James Wan was going to be taking on this project, I was excited. I really had high hopes that, you know, he could finally save the falling DCEU. So Aquaman stars Jason Mamoa, Amber Heard, Patrick Wilson, as well as Willem Dafoe. Arthur Curry, who's half human and Atlantean, soon finds out that his brother King Orm is deciding to wage war against the humans on the surface, and the only way to stop him is to find the missing trident, beat his brother in battle, and become King of Atlantis. I have to say, I had quite a bit of fun with this film. I mean, Jason Momoa's Aquaman works really well, especially with his natural charisma, and he's essentially the glue that holds this film together. Without him, I think it just wouldn't be as it is, and you can just see this actor absolutely having fun with his role, and that makes for great entertainment. I was really impressed with some of the big action sequences and some of the smaller ones as well, and they were directed really well, and as you all know, I'm big on action. I can gladly say that the action made me hard all over. Yeah, I'm not gonna cut that out. It's a very gorgeous looking movie, it's bright, it's vivid, and every time they were in the ocean, it was just beautiful to look at. So I thought the story was solid all around, and we opened with how Arthur's mom and dad met, and I really enjoyed some of the character moments that was present. And this essentially led to a nice little payoff towards the end of the film. And speaking of the characters, King Orm, played by Patrick Wilson, is a vast improvement of an antagonist when you compare him to the paper-thin CGI monster in Justice League. The motivation behind his actions were actually really interesting and made sense, as he was sort of pissed at the humans for polluting the ocean, dumping waste materials, as well as leaving old ships behind. And in the process, poisoning and harming the Atlanteans as well as the sea creatures. Now, when it comes to DC films, as we've seen in the past, it can get a little dark, but not with Aquaman. It felt very lighthearted and fun, and the humor works for the most part. And unlike Justice League, where they tried so hard to just jam in the humor, it flowed smoothly here, and of course it works so well because of Jason Momoa. I'm not saying that all the humor works. I mean, there were quite a bit that really didn't hit, but it's definitely a great improvement. Even though I enjoyed this film quite a bit, there are still some flaws. A couple months ago, I reacted to the Aquaman extended trailer, and one of my biggest issues was the heavy usage of CGI. I said in that reaction that some of the visuals don't look all that polished, and I thought maybe they were gonna touch on it before it was released internationally, and to my disappointment, it looked exactly the same here as it did in the trailer. Now, I understand that when it comes to a film like Aquaman, there needs to be CGI, but they really had such a heavy reliance on it. And look, I don't have anything against CGI, but it didn't look all that great in a few scenes, and it was glaring enough to sort of take me out of the experience, and that's not what you want from your audience. Even the green screen in many scenes looked pretty terrible, and I don't know if you guys know, but I recently reviewed Gods of Egypt on my channel, and some of the level of green screen sort of reminds me of Gods of Egypt, and that's not a good sign. I don't understand why they can't just go to actual locations and film there, because as we've seen in the trailers, there was one scene that of course took place on the docks. Even that they had to green screen. I mean, It's so simple. Just go to an actual location by the sea or something and film it there. It's not that hard. As cool as all the action sequences were, when it came to all the underwater fights with the creatures and the 7 kingdoms, it felt artificial at times. Oh wait, I haven't touched on Black Manta. I mean, I guess his suit is cool, but he really didn't have much screen time, and it really equates to the amount of screen time Darth Maul had in Phantom Menace. Well, at least Black Manta had way more lines to say than Darth Maul. Ooh, poor Darth Maul. Some of the lines that Black Manta delivered felt sort of generic, but at least he had some depth, unlike Steppenwolf. Guys, in the end, I had fun with Aquaman. It felt like an adventure, but there is still much work to do for DC. With all that being said, I'm gonna give Aquaman a B. Well, I'll be honest, I expected more from Aquaman, but at least it's a step in the right direction. I don't know if this is gonna save the DCEU, but they should take what they have and, plan carefully with what they're gonna do in the future. So if you guys have seen Aquaman, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.